Hello and welcome back to the 3-Hour News Show on C Today. You are watching our signature segment, See the Story. So Ranga,
Yes.
I'm sure because you delivered the sport news earlier,
Right.
and you watched the Paris Olympic opening ceremony. So
Yes, I caught the highlights. I didn't
You caught
see
the
the
highlights.
whole thing, not live.
I didn't know where to watch it like fully though.
It's on video.
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 Okay, we'll take a look at that. But
yeah.
speaking about the Olympics, we know that athletes must have a strong stamina. On social media, we see football players from Argentina, especially Lionel Messi, were caught on camera drinking some kind of traditional tea.
Right.
So during their training, many have said that this particular drink can boost stamina. Well, we are going to talk about that. But before anything else, let's have a look.
Yerba Mate recently surged in popularity after footage of Argentina's football team, especially star player Lionel Messi, drinking the traditional beverage during training went viral. This centuries-old South American herbal drink is known for its energy-boosting properties. And when Messi is seen enjoying it, it captured the attention of fans worldwide.
The sight of Messi sipping yerba mate not only highlighted the beverage's cultural roots, but also sparked curiosity about its potential benefits for athletic performance and mental focus. As a result, yerba mate has gained a new global audience eager to experience the drink that fuels the champions. I don't know if this is
Interesting.
actually true, because a lot of people are, they have mixed opinion about this.
Right, of course. And I think this is something that we have to kind of explore more.
Now, in the light of that, to explore more about yerba mate, here in the studio, we have Ivan Arias, a Chilean living in Indonesia. Good evening, Ivan.
Good
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you so much for coming to our studio. First of all, how does it pronounce? Yerba mate or yerba mate? Or, people might have pronounced it wrongly or butcher the pronunciation at once.
Yeah, that's a good question. And first of all, thank you for having us here on the show. And yes, it's pronounced yerba mate.
Yerba mate.
Yerba mate.
Mate.
Mate, correct.
Yerba mate.
Tell us a little bit of the origin of this. Is it leaves? Some kind of, is it a tea family? Or maybe you can also explain a little bit on that.
Yeah, sure. Actually, this is a tree that grows in the Amazon rainforest in South America.
Okay.
So people collect those leaves and make it into a tea leaves, which later on is made into an infusion that is drunk as a tea. So that's why you see Lionel Messi walking around with this type of glass.
Yeah.
And he poured the leaves on the cup and he just sip many times. So you just need to pour hot water and you can sip directly from the cup. So later on, maybe we can do a little bit of.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
we
tasting.
want to. We want, you better really teach us how to drink it, because we might have been thinking about the wrong way of pouring it or drinking the tea. But Ivan, what we want to know is it necessary for yerba mate to be served in a particular cup? Because all the side of people drinking yerba mate would always be in this particular, shape of cup and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really good question. We normally get this question, and traditionally in South America, the way that we drink yerba mate is actually using that cup that Lionel Messi always brings around.
Right.
And we call it yerba mate traditional way, to drink it with the traditional elements.
Yeah.
However, in many parts in the world, in France, in China, in Korea, they're starting to use yerba mate in a different way, in a more traditional way. For example, you can drink it in tea bags. That's one way. You can also use it with a French press at home. So it's very, you can use it as you please. However, the most popular way that you can see it everywhere is the way that Lionel Messi drinks yerba mate, which is with the cup and with the leaves and a little bit of a straw that's very special for yerba mate.
Is there such a name for that?
Yes, we do have a name. In Spanish means straw, bombilla. So we call it bombilla in Spanish. However, this bombilla that we use for yerba mate is very particular because it looks like a regular bombilla, like a straw.
Okay, can we take a look at that?
Yeah, sure. So I'll take mine as well. So I would
like.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you take it out, let's say like this, you will find that there is a strainer on the other end.
strainer.
Right.
So it's not just a regular straw.
Correct. It's not a regular straw. We call it straw in South America. However, this particular straw is for yerba mate.
But for the cup, is there any certain name?
We just call it mate.
Just mate.
Mate, this sounds like a tongue twister because the leaves is yerba mate.
Right.
The cup, it's called mate.
Okay.
And the straw, it's called bombilla.
Bombilla.
Correct.
Okay. So what's the significance, Ivan, of yerba mate for the, the origin of the South American?
Yes, it has a really beautiful meaning. In South America, this drink has been drank by the Aboriginal people even before the Spaniards came to South America.
Yeah.
So more than 500 years, people has been drinking this infusion. And since the start, this particular drink has a meaning of friendship and connection with people. So whenever we have a friend coming over to our house, we would welcome them with a cup of yerba mate. Most importantly, this drink became very popular in Argentina. It's Argentina's national drink.
Oh, is it?
Really?
95% of Argentinians drink yerba mate 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
So this is
Right.
like their coffee.
Correct.
Oh, it's just a social drink.
The social drink is like their alcohol
It
getting.
started as a social drink. That's correct. Yeah. However, now we have people drinking it to boost their stamina,
Yes.
losing weight, and many other things. But it started as a cultural thing to welcome our friends when they come over house, and that's how we share a cup of yerba mate with our best friends.
So you were mentioning about in different countries they might have different ways to brew yerba mate.
Correct.
In France they might use the French press. In China they might use the tea bags. And would it alter the benefit of yerba mate with different ways of brewing it?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question because we do have the traditional way that, as you can see in the cup, we use approximately 20 to 30 grams of yerba mate leaves.
Okay, so there's measurement into how much?
Just half of the cup. So
Just
if,
half of
Half
if
of
you
the
have
cup.
this cup, you will add half of the cup with yerba mate, and then we just pour hot water. Now, if you use with French press, you might not have to use this much. Maybe you can use 5 grams, 10 grams, up to you.
Oh, 1/6 of it, even 1/6.
Yes, correct. So, and if you have tea bags, maybe the tea bag is very small.
Yeah.
So we have 3 grams, 4 grams for the tea bag. So the more yerba mate you use, the more benefits you get. That's basically the conclusion of when you drink it. So that's why many people choose to drink yerba mate in the traditional way. That's it.
Well, I was doing a little bit of a reading before this segment started, and I understand that there is caffeine in it too. Now, is there a difference when you, let's say I'm a coffee drinker, a big time, about 3 to 4 cups a day.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to make a life kind of change routine, can I switch from coffee to this just because this has caffeine in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can.
You can, because
Okay.
caffeine contains a lot of, coffee contains a lot of caffeine, right? Yerba mate also does contain lots of caffeine.
Right.
Now, it does contain a little bit less caffeine than a cup of coffee, but it also contains theobromine, which is a component that you can find in plants and kind of give you the boost.
Right, so
And-
this one does give you that boost also.
Correct, and it's very stable throughout the day. So with the coffee, you would get the hike, like the hike of the coffee, right?
Yes.
But then you get a crash.
Yeah.
With yerba mate, as you drink it throughout the day, you get a very stable source of caffeine. So it's very stable. So you drink it in the morning, after lunch, in the afternoon, and you feel like your stamina, your focus is always there. Yeah.
So what was the component again that you were saying?
Theobromine.
Theobromine.
Yes.
Theobromine.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've been discussing about how yerba mate being an agent for people use it for weight loss, for a lot more stamina thingy whatsoever. But in its entirety, naturally, what is the benefit of yerba mate if you can actually put it all in like your way of drinking it?
Yeah, I would say that when we drink yerba mate, we always say, like, if you talk about the benefits, the number one benefit is the caffeine. So many people use yerba mate because they get the boost of the caffeine. Secondly, yerba mate is very high in antioxidants.
Oh.
That's why it's considered a superfood. And many people started drinking it because of this food trend around the globe that people want to drink and eat healthier. That's why yerba mate, it is a good option. And thirdly, it has a lot of vitamins and minerals. So you can find that yerba mate can actually replace all the vitamins sometimes that you might need in your day. So, but in some countries like Philippines, Korea, people started using it as a way to lose weight. They market the product as te pelangsing. Like,
Balancing.
right? They
Slimming
say,
effect.
yes, slimming effect. And they say, no, you can lose weight by drinking mate. But of course, if you drink this much water or 2 liters of water with tea per day, you're probably going to accelerate your metabolism, which might lead you to lose some weight.
Right. Could it be served cold as well?
Yes, correct. It's called yerba mate. Iced yerba mate, you can make
iced yerba mate. So it's like the iced tea. Iced tea.
Yeah, iced tea, right.
Iced tea,
so
right.
there's of course definitely benefits of consuming this, positive effects. What about any negatives, for maybe consuming too much? Because I know like coffee, tea, some things that are too much is not good. Always say that mediocrity or what do you call it? Like be in the middle, not too much, not too little.
Be mindful.
Be mindful.
Be mindful.
Is there anything that's it's too much is too much?
Yeah, I think all products, if you drink too much or if you consume too much of something, they might not lead you to the positive.
Right.
So one of the things that yerba mate has is caffeine.
Right.
So if for example, you're not very tolerant to caffeine, yerba mate might have some effect on your body. So we always say to people, if you're too sensitive to yerba mate, you might start drinking yerba mate in smaller portions, like in a tea bag, in a French press, and this would be like the ultimate one. Because this is so big, such a big portion, you might get a very high, like very strong boost of energy just by 1 cup.
How is it? Is it like the palpitating heartbeat, or because some people who are very sensitive of caffeine, they might experience the heart beating so fast, the pounding heartbeat, and also lacking the ability to sleep.
Yeah, correct.
And also some other things might be, it's in a very extreme effect of coffee. In this case, people might have some kind of hallucination and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And what is the form of side effect, the potential side effect of yerba mate when it comes to that?
Yeah, I think it's similar to coffee. There are some people who are more tolerant than others. When I was little, I used to go to my grandma's house and we would drink yerba mate before going to sleep. So it's a social thing that we do before going to sleep. We drink a cup of mate, and my whole life I've never had any problem with caffeine. However, I have friends that say, Ivan, I drank yerba mate at 6 p.m. It's 2 a.m. and still cannot sleep. So it really depends on every person has different tolerance to caffeine. So I would say that yes, it does have a positive side, but also if you're very sensitive to the caffeine, maybe you might want to start drinking in smaller doses, let's say like 3 grams, 5 grams, 10 grams. This is the 20, 30 grams.
So tea bag is actually...
Tea bag is probably the best.
Yeah, would be the
To
best.
start you into the regular life. Now, maybe this is the last one before we go into break. Where do we, because I've never seen one, because you asked me this in the beginning, did I ever try or maybe heard of it? This is actually the first time that I heard yerba mate, but we may be new to this. Can we find that, this product here in Indonesia, Jakarta?
Yes, we can find it in Jakarta. It's available online. If you go to the big retailers online, the green and orange one, and
Right.
You can find it. If you just type in Google yerba mate, you will find yerba mate eventually.
It's not something
online.
that you can find maybe to like a supermarket.
Yes, also you can find it.
Oh, you can. There's actually we're selling that too.
Yes, and there are many supermarkets in Jakarta, in Bali. We have a big customer base in Bali.
So meaning there's a big customer base in Bali, then foreigners are really enjoying this.
Yes, correct. There are many yoga studios, cafe that already included yerba mate.
I know, right? But okay, one more thing. If it's actually sold in the supermarket and also in the e-commerce, that means that yerba mate products are approved by Indonesian FDA, isn't that?
Yeah, correct. It was already approved 4 years ago by BPOM,
Yeah,
the
BPOM.
FDA of Indonesia, and it was a long process because it was the product that BPOM didn't know about this product, so we have to go through all the process of
True.
providing the information, making sure that we meet all the standards from Indonesia.
Yeah.
But it's a really safe product to drink. It's available basically all over the world, in Europe, in the US, in Korea, Japan, China. It's basically everywhere. So now in Indonesia as well.
Even more interesting for us to actually try. All right, so for the next See the Source, we'll continue after the break. Please do not go anywhere. We're gonna enjoy some Yerba Mate.